JK Java tutorials. In this video tutorial, we'll talk about what's new in Spring Boot 2, right? So we have been gone through the lot of Spring Boot 1 video tutorials. Now in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you what are the some of the new or upgraded features in Spring Boot 2, right? But here I am not going to discuss all of them, but most of the important basically enhanced or updated features from Spring Boot 2. Yeah, so let's start. So first of all, we'll talk about the some of the new features or some upgradation with respect to JDK, Spring, Hibernate, and embedded containers, right? So first point says Spring Boot 2 is baseline to Java 8, right? That means if you are using Spring Boot 2, then it requires minimum Java 8 or later version, right? It doesn't support prior version of JDK 1.8 or Java 8, right? Like if you want to use Java 6 or Java 7 with Spring Boot 2, you can't. Yeah. So this is the first upgrade with respect to Java, right? Now next, Spring Boot 2 requires a Spring Framework 5 with reactive support, right? That's the one of the upgrade. If you basically work with the Spring Boot 2, then automatically all the related jars to the Spring Framework, right, that will be added in your class path, and you can see all the Spring Framework jar belongs to the I will not say a Spring Framework 5.0 but 5.x, right? That will be added in your class path, right? So now next, the minimum supported version of Hibernate is 5.2, right? So with respect to Hibernate, let's say if you have added let's say a Spring Boot starter data JPA, then automatically Hibernate 5.x dependency will be added in your class path, right? So I would say Spring Boot 2 now supports Hibernate 5 as well. Yeah. Now when we talk about the embedded containers, right, then that is also upgraded. So minimum Tomcat version is 8.5 and JT server is 9.5 when you are using Spring Boot 2. Yeah. So these all are the updated related to JDK, Spring, Hibernate, and embedded containers. Now let's move ahead. Now in this point we'll discuss about some of the upgradation with respect to HTTP2 support, Gradle support, Spring security related, and actuator enhancement in Spring Boot 2, right? So Spring Boot 2 supports HTTP2 with the help of server.http2 enabled, right, property. So definitely this property server.http2 enables you have to make true in your application dot properties file to get support of HTTP2 protocol, right? Now framework requires a Gradle 4.x in case if you are using Gradle as a build automation tool. Yeah, so if you create any project using Spring Boot 2, then you require at least Gradle 4, right? Now when we talk about the Spring configuration, Spring security related stuff, then security configuration is simplified in Spring Boot 2 as well. Yeah. Now a brand new actuator architecture with support of Spring MVC, Waveflux, and Jersey. Right. So brand new, some of the REST endpoint has been updated when you use Spring Boot 2, which will support you to basically manage and track health as well as for monitoring purpose when your project Spring Boot project runs in the production environment, then you can basically manage your application, right, or monitor your application, right? And these are, as you know, actuator is the basically production grade features which is already provided by the Spring Boot 1 itself, right? But there were some enhancement with respect to Spring Boot actuator, right? So there are some new REST API has been added with respect to Spring MVC, Waveflux, and Jersey. Yeah. Now, next thing we will talk about the default connection pool, Liquibase and Flyway. So guys, I know, as you know, when you work with the Spring Boot data JDBC or Spring Boot data JPA, right? So whenever you add a Spring Boot starter data JPA or a Spring Boot starter data JDBC in your class path, then Spring Boot is going to choose by default Hikari as a connection pool in Spring Boot 2. But scenario was different in the Spring Boot 1. If you are using Spring Boot 1 and this dependency, a Spring Data JPA dependency or a Spring Data JDBC dependency, if you add in a class path, then Spring Boot 2 Spring Boot 1 will choose Tomcat as a default database connection pool in Spring Boot 1, but this has been changed in Spring Boot 2. These things you have to keep in mind. So from Spring Boot 2 onwards, default connection pool is Hikari connection pool instead of Tomcat connection pool. Yeah. With respect to like Liquibase and data Flyway, so Liquibase and Flyway configuration keys were moved to the Spring namespace from Spring Boot 2 onwards, right? So now all the properties related to basically Flyway or Liquibase start with a Spring, like a Spring dot Liquibase, then after property name. Similarly, Spring dot Flyway, right? That prefix with a Spring bit, a Spring dot Flyway and a Spring dot Liquibase, something like that, right? Now, last but not the least, we'll talk about the JUnit support, right? So, of course, if you write any application, by end of the day, you are going to write the JUnit test cases, right? So, with respect to JUnit in Spring Boot 2 basically provides JUnit 5 by default, right? So, whenever you create any project with Spring Boot 2, so JUnit 5 dependency will be added in your class path, right? And good thing is that JUnit 5 vintage engine is also included by default, and that basically support us to write JUnit test case which will support JUnit 4 based on basically test classes, right? Now we can also use JUnit 4 or JUnit 5 based on test cases, based on the test classes in the same module, right? So even you can write a JUnit test cases which is compliant with the JUnit 4 and JUnit 5, right? Because as I said, JUnit 5 vintage engine is also included by default, which will support us to run JUnit 4 test cases, right? So guys, that's all I wanted to discuss in this video tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoy learning this video, guys. Big thank you and see you there in the next video tutorial.